I'm Andrew Coppin from FarmBot, and welcome to the HTO Hack 2021. Congratulations to all the organisers and participants in this year's event. It's critical that we have a focus on how we can better use water resources on the planet if we're going to create sustainable outcomes for the future. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the evolution of FarmBot with the hope that it can give you some pointers to your thinking around how you can win this year's hack, that being the primary goal and reason why you're here. FarmBot's been a 6-year journey on focusing around using technology to better manage water in rural environments. And the premise for our thinking around that and where the concept came from was the fact that every farmer's first thought of the day is really around weather, but that is really a proxy for water. They are all wondering whether they're growing strawberries, wheat, cows or sheep, how much water do I have and what are the implications of that on my crop or my livestock. The concept for us was about digitising the Humble Water Run. As I talk to you today, the prospect is that there are still somewhere in the vicinity of 10,000 people driving around to check water in rural Australia. And that's a lot of man hours, that's a lot of carbon creation, that's a lot of risk for a company, a huge expense for a company in the scheme of managing water resources. And the sad thing is, a few seconds after the water has been checked, they still don't know what is happening on those water assets. So we started thinking, what if we could provide real-time, cost-effective assessment of water resources in the rural environment, and how would we do that in areas where there is no cell reception? And of course, we turn to satellite solutions from space to provide that real-time reporting. We created a device that sits on water tanks that monitors water in real time, primarily levels, trends and flows, and sends the farmers alerts around those issues if anything is not doing what it's meant to do. And of course, along the way, we're gathering huge amounts of data about the usage trends and consumption of those water ecosystems with our core water level monitor that feeds into our SaaS platform. Well, we're now on some 5,000 locations all around Australia. We're not limited by 4G coverage or cell coverage because I'd say about 60% of our services are provided using satellite services from Inmarsat and Globalstar. And, we're meeting a real demand for farmers to know about their water resources in real time. Of course, this is a global opportunity. If there are something like 3 million watering points in rural Australia that we're aware of, there are obviously tens of millions of watering points in other global markets that are significantly bigger than ours in agriculture, like North and South America, for example. So we're now rolling out trials in Texas and California and looking at other markets offshore where we can take great Australian technology about managing water and turn it into something that's a global export success story for Australia. So in your consideration of your HTO hack ideas, some of the key takeaways that I would share with you that we've learned for our journey with FarmBot is the importance of real-time monitoring versus a few transmissions per day. In sensitive areas like livestock, where we specialise, having real-time monitoring is the thing. But in other less time-sensitive areas like horticulture, maybe it's acceptable to have 1 or 2 feeds per day about water. But that sensitivity of time and information is something that you really need to think about when you're targeting your core customer base. The need for constant connectivity, for simplicity, plug and play solutions. I mean, I've never met a farmer with time on their hands So if you're targeting agriculture, you need to make things that are simple to install, simple to use, effectively plug and play solutions, which we've created at FarmBot, we think are key to our success today. We don't have expensive setup fees and ongoing technicians and maintenance. The devices are all self-installed by the farmers. Takes them about 5 to 10 minutes maximum. And then, the key thing is they turn on the device and it works. Other key considerations that you should be mindful of are, people often own multiple properties. So having hierarchies and access for teams and multiple user hierarchies is also something that's, been really critical in our assessment of our go-to-market. So good luck with your HTO hack. I'm one of the mentors in the program. If I can help you or bounce some ideas, I'd be more than happy to do so. I look forward to seeing the results of your thinking.